Hey, it's Cirque de Ciscoe. I mean, it's me, Ciscoe Morse, and here's what's coming up on Gardening with Ciscoe. We'll show you which plants need a winter prune and which ones don't. Question is, how far to cut this, because I don't know what's going to happen.
And you said that if you cut back to the woody stuff, you're risking
a lot
like
of
to
times,
that.
yeah. Now, this one's got a pretty bad case of it. And check this out, Meeghan, right here. Does your pine look like this? We've got the cure. Ooh, it smells just like nature. How about that?
How about it? Not bad, huh?
Pretty poor. Talk to an expert about how to put more life in your soil. We're whipping up a healthy dish with a hippie staple, lentils. And we're bringing spring to you early. All this is coming up right now on Gardening with Ciscoe. Hi, I'm Ciscoe Morris.
And I'm Meeghan Black. Welcome to Gardening with Ciscoe.
Well, we're enjoying a somewhat crisp winter day here at Fremont Peak Park.
Isn't it gorgeous? Look at that.
Yeah, but you know,
What?
It's time for garden chores.
I know. You know, I was cruising through the garden the other day, and I love to leave all the pods and the plants to feed the birds, and now it's just schluck. I guess it's time to clean it up. So I believe this every year. It's too early to start cutting things back, but it's not really, is it?
No, especially with something like spirea.
Okay.
This is that magic carpet that comes out with the really red foliage.
Right.
But you know, it's good. This thing wants to be like this.
Yeah, yeah.
So
and if you
every
don't
year,
cut it back,
you got to just cut it down.
Right.
2/3.
It looks cool to a point,
Yeah.
like this, and now it's time to get rid of
Yeah,
it.
and the birds have been eating the seeds like
Okay.
crazy, but I haven't seen the birds on it for a while.
So do you want me to do this? But you told me this one too.
Oh, yeah. Okay, why don't you start with this
Okay.
one, 2/3.
I'll cut them back 2/3 of the way down.
Yep.
And that's just a very scientific 2/3.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way to do it. And now I'm going to do this Hakanakloa grass.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, I love this grass, and it's a beautiful yellow, they call it Japanese forest grass. And with this, any of these deciduous grasses, it's right down to the ground, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And Meeghan, I think I gave you the harder
Holy
job.
cow, that took you about 2 seconds.
It did.
I'm still going here.
Man, oh man, I'll tell you, but Jesus, just isn't it nice to kind of see things get neatened up again? And
It
now,
is.
see the new grass that grows up in this. With that, that's going to limit the height of that a lot,
Right.
and the new growth will look real nice and full.
Okay, so we're done with these. You say there's one more that's kind of a iffy project.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Okay, I got this rare Tanacetum
Oh my
over
gosh,
here.
look at that.
It's called Beth Chattel, a woman I met from England, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The question is, how far to cut this? Because I don't know what's going to happen.
And you said that if you cut back to the woody stuff, you're risking
A lot
like
of
to
times,
that.
yeah. So, but let's take a risk, because do you think this looks like gradu?
I think it kind of does. Yes, I do. I do think it
So,
does.
hey, if it doesn't make it, there's always, you know, you can
Yeah.
try something new. So let's go for it. And
Like how far back?
let's go way back, kind of like I'm doing right here. Good description, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of like this. Oh my.
But look, I'm seeing little green growth on some of this, so I think it'll come back like a gangbuster.
Okay, sometimes you just kind of got to risk it, huh?
You
Because
know,
if it looks so bad.
That's it. And, you
Wow.
know,
Well, that took about 2 seconds too.
Geez,
That's
you're
the
not
nice thing
kidding.
about this winter cleanup, man.
I know, it goes really fast. And, you know, if this comes back and looks beautiful, this will be spectacular.
Well, there's
So-
still some green here.
Yeah, I think it's going to come back, no sweat.
Are there any that you should stay away from right now?
Hold off on the fuchsias with big flowers till they start to grow, and maybe hold off on that salvia a little longer.
And
too.
we're not quite ready for roses. I do know that.
Ah,
not
that's right.
quite
Not
yet. It is a sloppy, messy job, but I do have to say it feels good once you get it done.
Boy, do I agree. Welcome back to Gardening with Ciscoe from Fremont Peak Park. Meeghan,
What?
I am so dismayed. I looked out the window the other day. My pine was ailing.
No, you have problems too? Who would have ever thought? So just looking at this pine, you wouldn't necessarily know it had a problem.
No.
I would think this was new growth.
Yeah, it looks like it. That's a sign of big trouble.
Really?
Yeah, and this is what we call Areophyid mite, which lives right inside the sheath where the needle comes out.
So does this one have it here too?
Oh, that one's got it worse, see? That's just starting to get it. Now this one's got a pretty bad case of it. And check this out, Meeghan, right here.
So
Hardly
it's
any
losing
needles
all
left.
its needles and
Yep.
they're turning yellow and falling off.
Yep.
So something tells me
That's it. We
we
got
need
to
get them
these
out.
off. Yeah.
Okay, so all the way down? Do you take them all the way down?
Yeah, right to where another one comes out. You know,
Okay.
so right where you get that little combo like this,
Right.
you can always cut to there. And see,
Will it ever go away or is it going to come back?
well, you'll probably get a little of it every year.
There's one.
So at Seattle University, we got this problem.
Yeah.
And I called extension agents every day, said, oh, you got to spray all these powerful sprays. And it seemed to work. And then they came right back, and they came back way worse. Because I think we killed the good guys that eat the bad guys.
Right.
But I figured out if you just cut them off and get them out of here, these will go off in clean green tomorrow.
So is this one right here?
Yeah, that's got it.
Okay. Ooh, that's a, should I just get him
Yeah,
there?
if you can go right there, if you can get it.
Nice.
Oh, good shot. Isn't
Okay.
that fun using
I love that. Look
pruner?
at this guy here. There's a bad one.
Ah, yeah, that's really bad. Just for people at home, you always cut right to where there's, you know, some other ones coming out. You try not to leave much of a stub.
So really, anyone that has the yellow pine, look at this. This
Oh,
was
yeah,
there's
see,
a
that
bad
one really
These-
got affected bad.
So just taking it to that one point is enough.
Yeah, that's enough.
Okay.
Now, more of these probably are infected. We're not seeing it yet.
Right. So you got to
But-
keep on it.
But look at how many good ones there are, Meeghan. So,
Right.
you know, if we stay on top of this and keep doing it,
What about this one?
oh, yeah, this whole bunch
Really?
now. So, let's see.
Oh, look at that's bad. That's bad.
Yeah, so maybe all the way back to here.
Oh my gosh, Cisco, they're all over the place.
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. So,
Oh my gosh.
but, you know, so this must have started last year and I kind of didn't notice.
Oops, he missed it.
The good news is, Meeghan, if we can get all of these off, we won't get near as much next year.
I like the way he says we. He's talking. And who's doing it? Who's discovering these? Okay, I digress. So get out there, save your pines. How sad now, is it all pines that can get this? Or
Just about every kind of pine seems to be able to get it. But think, I mean, this is a little bit of work, but we're not using any poison, you know,
we're not.
and we're fixing you up, little Charlie.
And
You'll
we
feel
are
better
doing all
soon.
this work, right? Okay, Cisco, every time we use those pruners, we get inundated with emails. People want to know, where do you get them?
Oh, man. Okay, they're from the Wildflower Seed and Tool Company, but they're way off at San Francisco. But they're going to be at the Northwest Flower and Garden Show February 20th through the 24th. So there's your chance to buy some.
I hope they bring them in like pallets of them up from San Francisco. That would be good.
They may need them. Hey, is your soil ailing? Well, we're going to show you how to fix it from the man who is the true expert. Erosion damage is a constant companion in hilly Seattle neighborhoods. To fix and prevent it, there's got to be something in the soil. A lot of things, actually. So, Hendrikus, you told me it all starts with the soil here. So, is this beautiful soil right here what you use to fix this landscape?
That's right. So, and actually, if you notice, it's pretty porous.
Yeah. So this stuff drains well, but it's also got something invisible that helps it stay put.
Say you looked at it under a microscope, you would see how microbes glue things together. That's what nature does. So we emphasize that in the soil that we make. So when we put it on these steep slopes, and sometimes even steeper than these, it actually stays there.
And the microbes in the soil need organic fertilizer to eat. This stuff is the perfect microbe meal. Oh man, this fertilizer smells so good. How come it doesn't smell like regular fertilizer?
Well, first of all, because it's all organic.
It smells sweet because it has no manures in it.
So basically what you have, you know, if you went to an old-fashioned farm and you smelled the hay, the alfalfa being brought in, Does that have a stench or does that smell good?
Smells
it smells
great, yeah.
Well, you can handle it with your hands. You don't have to worry about your pets, your kids, or you, or your water conditions and everything else. And you can hold it and it's not going to hurt you.
So you've got nice porous soil with organic fertilizer in it. Hendrikus says to mix in some of this for the coup de dirt.
This is now new on the market here, and it's done miracles. What this will help do is actually get some microbial action and worm action to go down into that hard pan. So you start breaking that up.
Theory is one thing, but how do these soil builders hold up in the real world? Ooh, it smells just like nature. How about that?
How about it? Not bad, huh?
That is some nice soil. Look at how it just kind of
breaks back down.
Breaks right back down, makes a little ball and breaks right down. Just the kind of soil I love. Oh. Yeah. Well, this landscape right here is living proof.
Right.
I saw the steep hills and this soil is holding, and not only that, it's just covered with thriving, healthy plants. Right. So your intuition is pretty good, buddy.
Well, thank you.
You know, you can find those soil enhancers and fertilizers at most good nurseries these days. You know Hendrikus? He's kind of a soil whisperer.
Funny you should mention that, because up next we have our food whisperer. Cisco's in the kitchen with Lynne.
Yeah, that is fresh basil.
Woo! Welcome back to Gardening with Ciscoe. You know, Meeghan, how everybody's trying to eat healthy these days in the winter time and everything? Well, Lynne Via showed me something that wasn't only healthy, it was delicious. Lentils!
Oh, I make an awesome lentil soup.
Well, that's what I thought she was going to make. We made a salad.
Nice.
Well, Lynne, I can see we're doing something lentils, but I've never seen, are these lentils?
Yes, they are. All of those are a variety of lentil, and those are all the ones we carry here at PCC. Aren't they pretty?
They're really
Yeah.
pretty. Wow.
So let me point out to you a little bit of a difference here.
Okay.
The orange ones actually have had their skins removed. So when you cook those, they kind of puree out, so they're great for soups and baking. The rest of them still have their skins on. Okay, so this one I love, little black caviar lentil.
Yeah,
Isn't that
cool,
cute?
yeah.
And then my favorite one for its flavor is the French green lentil. So that's what we're gonna work with today. So you ready?
I'm ready.
All
Oh,
right.
boy.
So what we're going to do today is we're going to make a nice little sort of late winter salad with all kinds of fresh things that are just starting to come into the market, you know. And so what I decided to do is, instead of trying to make a big, colorful, bright salad, we're going to, you know, sort of stay with the sort of winter colors, but we're going to sort of err on the side of texture.
Ooh,
all right. Okay.
great.
So I cooked the lentils just for 20 minutes. Don't even need to soak them.
You don't
Yep,
soak these?
I know, isn't that fabulous? Yep, just a little salted water. That's a beautiful thing about lentils.
Oh, that's
love it, love it.
nice.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
And then we're going to add make a little dressing for it. Okay, so I'm going to throw that together for you. So, little warm dressing is what I like to do. So I've got some kind of sizzling hot olive oil, and I'm going to pour that right over some garlic and some onions. Yeah. And so what that does, it almost, you know, it just sort of starts cooking them right there.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And so you take a little bit of the rawness out without overcooking them. And then we're going to stir in about half the amount of red wine vinegar as the olive oil. And then we're going to season that up with a few little hot chili flakes.
Is that all the hot chilies you're putting in? Oh, man.
Yeah. You know what? You may put whatever you like in there. And then we're going to do a nice little pinch of salt. And some cracked black pepper. Super simple, really lovely flavors, because what we're doing is we're just sort of, you know, making the other ingredients, just sort of bringing out the flavors. Okay, so speaking of other ingredients, here you go. Are you ready?
Yeah, look at all this good stuff.
Fresh spinach.
All righty, just
I'll let you add however you like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I love spinach.
That is fresh basil.
Woo!
So I serve this as a salad, but you can also serve it as a nice little side dish as well.
Oh,
Nice.
all right.
And the reason I add everything whole, like I said, stays nice and bright green.
Nice parsley here.
Yep, Italian parsley leaves. And some roasted cauliflower. Yeah, isn't that pretty?
That's irresistible right
I love
there.
it. And then I'm going to add, I was kind of searching around for what else is green, pistachios. Isn't that fun?
Ooh, that'll add a wonderful crunchiness.
And then I've got
Ooh,
a little
I
bit of
like that.
feta, we'll add that later. So what we're going to do
look at that
now
feta.
is just pour our nice warm dressing And then we're just going to stir this up. So we're just sort of folding all these beautiful greens into the lentils. Lentils are sort of a member of what we call pulses, and that includes split peas and dried garbanzo beans and, you know, a lot of the dried beans. And they truly are some of the superfoods of the planet.
Wow.
Yeah,
And they taste good.
and
That's
they
not
taste
supposed
good.
to happen that way.
And check it out. One of the major producers in the world, the largest producer in the United States, is right here in Washington State, over in the
really?
Palouse region.
Well, how about that?
Yeah. So that's it, my dear. We'll just
Wait.
let that sit for a second,
Well, that
just
was
kind of
simple.
soften, and then I'm gonna put a little surprise together for you, and we'll have a little taste. Okay.
Wow.
Got your salad here.
Oh, that is beautiful.
And I figured I'd make you just a little side dish for it, so I made this for you.
A little side dish. That's not quite enough, I hate to
Little,
tell you.
late
Oh, look
winter-
at, there's quite a few nice
I
adornments
like
there,
those,
too.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So I dished you up a little plate here. Some nice little slices of ham. I
man.
love this salad with some nice ham.
Oh, yeah.
And I garnished it with some feta cheese and a little bit of additional pistachios. I'm going to get all the good stuff in there. And then I want you to just have a little taste of
Well,
this.
I know
And you
one
know
of your
what?
favorite words. It's called hankering, and I got
Ooh,
a
I got a
hankering to
hankering.
try this salad
Excellent.
right now.
Yeah, and you know what?
What?
I wouldn't hurt my feelings if you just want to taste a little bit
la
of that spinach, because I know how
cochinita.
you like to do that. Yeah. Taste the little shallots in that dressing. Yeah,
It's impossible.
yeah.
Nothing this good for you can taste this good.
Welcome back to Gardening with Ciscoe. Feeling a little generous today, aren't we? Plant pick time. We don't have one, we have many.
Yeah, well, you know, it's the more the merrier. And
Absolutely.
who can make a decision between a bunch of great plants? But if you plant these now, your garden will look like spring, even in the middle of winter.
So I looked at all these plants you got, and I thought for sure we're doing a pot.
Yeah.
We're over here in the garden.
Well, you know, you could do a really great pot
Yeah.
with these if you wanted to, but I pulled out an old conifer that wasn't doing good here, you know, because it just wasn't a real good type, and now that is going to be the coolest plant I ever planted. in my
Hembury blue.
garden. It's
Look
a
at
Lawson
that.
cypress. They have a really beautiful feathery look. Look at the color
I
on that.
love him. Now, does he
Oh.
stay about this size?
I wish it was. It's going to get about 10 feet in 10 years.
10 years. You got some
I
time.
got some time. It may not be in here forever.
Oh, you
How the
got way
roots,
too-
Not bad.
oh, my Lord, yeah, they're really
Oh
good.
yeah, I planted a hole for a
Right.
tree that already grew to 10 feet, huh?
And then we have a heuchera. Okay, cool. Look at you got
Oh
those
yeah,
gorgeous
that's gonna look good.
primrose. Holy cow.
Yeah. Hey, these are called, I think it's sunrise.
I love those.
They told me at the nursery that, oh, here, you could plant one right by
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Oh, that looked beautiful. They told me they can't keep them in stock.
They are gorgeous.
That people are just grabbing them. Yeah, sunrise primula. Man, oh man.
Oh, these are so cute.
Aren't they just the cutest thing you've ever seen in your whole life?
And then, I'm sorry, but nothing screams springtime like daffodils
I
or narcissus.
love this one. What's the name of that one, Meeghan? It's got a cool name.
Jetfire.
Jetfire.
I like
Ooh.
Jetfire, so we kind of want these behind, I'm thinking.
Woo. Yeah, I think behind will be really neat on that. Ooh,
That is beautiful.
that is. Hey, can I see that mondo grass? I'll stick that over here.
Black Mondo.
That's going to look really neat.
White tete-a-tete. These are the little babies.
Yeah, and white tete-a-tete, that's new, you know.
Oh, that's really cool. Another Jetfire. Look at that.
Jetfire. Wow.
How fun. So you have a
Too
little,
close.
like, pot in the ground.
I do, you know, and it's just a lovely little landscape to cheer up spring.
It
and
definitely looks like spring. So get out there and force spring. I love it, even if it doesn't
Yeah.
feel like it outside yet.
Ooh, and this guy is going to be so beautiful. Ooh.
You can find the sunrise primrose at your nursery right now. I love it. Spring is coming. I feel it.
Oh, me too. And don't you love this wonderful little
do.
park just hidden in the middle of Seattle? Who would even know it's here? Oh, la la. Well, everybody, thanks so much for watching today. Find yourself a wonderful little park with the best view in all of Seattle. Oh la la.
Have a great weekend.